Hello everyone, it's Brain Fairy here. Today we'll answer this question. How do governments help the economy to grow? Answering this question will lead to understanding expansionary fiscal policy. Economists like to use big words. So one of the goals of the government of many countries is to increase aggregate demand. That just means demand for goods and services in general. If people spend more money to buy more stuff, companies who make those stuff will have more money to use to expand their businesses. Then they'll want more people to work for them, so jobs are created and more people will have more money to spend. Governments want to sustain this endless cycle of war. To make this happen, governments can do a few things. Lower taxes. The government can lower taxes to make things practically cheaper for us. Let's say everyone in your country pays $10 for Netflix or some other streamed media every month. And within that price, there is a 10% sales tax of $1. That means 1 times the population of your country dollars is going out of the economy as tax every month. If you live in a country with 30 million people like Malaysia or Peru, that's $360 million per year. But if the sales tax is lowered to 5% or 50 cents, that means there's now an extra $180 million in the economy every year. With $180 million, you could pay full tuition for Harvard University 2,800 times. 2,800 times! Anyway, lowering taxes can be an effective way to help the economy grow, not only because of the large impact it will have, but also because it can be targeted to specific areas. Let's say in a distant parallel universe where Netflix exists as an unknown service, the air becomes so polluted that people cannot go outdoors anymore and they are super bored and super depressed, so they just stay home and do nothing. The government thinks the only way to cheer them up and make them spend more money is to bring entertainment to their homes. So they decide to promote streamed media businesses by lowering its tax. The $10 subscription has now become $9.50. The people who are thinking, I'm not gonna pay $10 for entertainment, will start considering subscribing to Netflix now that the price is below $10. People's decisions to buy stuff often depends on price. So everyone starts paying for Netflix, get cheered up and starts buying more stuff on Amazon. They still don't want to go out because the air stinks. But the world is now full of money transactions and the economy grows. Increase government spending. To increase aggregate demand, another thing the government can do is for itself to spend more money. Here's why. If the government spends money on more construction, more education, more cybersecurity, or pretty much anything, new projects are born. For each project, there are new jobs created so more people can get paid. What do people do on payday? They spend. So to summarize, the goal of fiscal policy is to increase aggregate demand because that will create jobs and give more people more money to spend. Then the economy enters a healthy cycle of more demand and more jobs again. But of course, in reality, things aren't that easy. A country's economy is linked with the world's economy, the environment, weather, advances in technology, politics, people's emotions, our expectations and worries about the future, and all sorts of stuff. There are so many things that come into play, so B does not always occur as a result of A. To be honest, nobody has a freaking idea of what will actually happen. That's the world we live in. And that's exactly why here at Fun Ways to Understand the World, we cover a variety of subjects. So stay tuned and subscribe, my friends. Thanks for watching.